Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. The U.S. Air Force transports troops, equipment, and supplies around the globe using large cargo planes with massive payload capacity, such as the Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. Introduced in 1970, the C-5 has remained integral to U.S. Air Force logistics for more than 50 years. The 247-foot-long aircraft is the largest cargo plane ever put into service by the United States. The C-5 has a cargo compartment with both front and rear cargo ramps, allowing the cargo to load and offload from either side of the aircraft. The cargo compartment is 19 feet wide, 13 feet high, and 121 feet long, capable of carrying a wide range of equipment, such as helicopters and satellites. To load a helicopter like an AH-64, the crew sets up a ramp and loads it onto the aircraft diligently, whereas to offload the AH-64, the crew sets up 3 wooden surfaces, one each for its front and back tires combined, and then drag it out of the cargo compartment using a tow bar. A satellite, on the other hand, is loaded from the front end of the cargo department using a truck. The truck reverses backward towards the cargo ramp, and the satellite container is moved inside the cargo compartment using rollers. An aircraft of this caliber, specifically designed to lift heavy cargo, Lockheed Martin came up with a unique idea. The C-5 Galaxy was equipped with 5 sets of landing gear with a total of 28 wheels, which helped the aircraft carry heavy payloads. The 4 main landing gear units feature a 6-wheel bogie with 2 wheels forward and 4 wheels rear of the shock absorber, capable of rotating through 90 degrees for inward retraction. In comparison, the 4-wheeled nose gear is equipped with hydraulically driven ball screw units to retract backward and rotate at an angle of 120 degrees. Since the C-5's inception in 1970, it has been a common practice for aircrews to check the landing gear before takeoff. They thoroughly assess the overall condition of the gear, specifically the alignment, wear, corrosion, and any bent parts. In addition, the aircrew performs inspections such as a swing test during repairs or maintenance, which allows them to verify whether or not the gears are moving as intended. The technicians in the maintenance crew overhaul, repair, and sometimes even modify the landing gear if required. They disassemble the landing gear to check for any cracks, deformities, and structural imperfections. Each component of the landing gear is monitored separately to verify if any piece needs to be repaired or replaced. The components are tested with various techniques, such as video measurement and roll scan techniques. Finally, the repaired parts go through the process of plating, grinding, and painting before they are fitted back into the landing gear. The most critical subsystem of the C-5 is its landing gear, as it supports extreme load, especially when the aircraft is taking off or landing. If the landing gear fails, it can cause a severe accident, costing millions of dollars in damage and endangering the lives of personnel on board. A landing gear mostly fails due to wear or corrosion on the internal diameters of its aluminum cylinder. This is where all the new magnetron sputtering technology comes in. This versatile coating technique involves placing sputtering probes between worn-out cylinders that sputter one atom at a time of aluminum coating on the inside of the cylinder, making it look like a brand new piece. The C-5 is a heavy-lift cargo aircraft that requires maintenance checks after every flight, and in most cases, one or more essential parts are replaced to ensure efficient aircraft operations. This leads to a very critical responsibility: maintaining a parts inventory, which is carried out by the airmen at the parts storage facility. The responsibilities of the airmen include checking and verifying the stock, ordering unavailable parts, and managing incoming supplies at the parts storage facility. The aircraft parts are stored in small boxes carried around in the warehouse using a pallet jack and placed on labeled racks so that the aircrew can provide the parts as soon as the maintenance team needs them. Tires are also labeled and organized for easy retrieval. When it comes to maintaining the parts of an aircraft, the tires are not an exception. In fact, there are specialized tire shops at the United States Air Force bases that cater specifically to the repair and upkeep of tires. These tire shops ensure that damaged or worn-out tires are addressed effectively, ultimately extending their lifespan and reducing the need for any replacements. The 379th AEW Wheel and Tire Shop described the general process of fixing any aircraft tire that comes in for repair. Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and McDonnell Douglas are the names of the contractors or companies that develop transport aircraft for the U.S. Air Force. But when it comes to the Russian Air Force, one company that outsmarts everyone in developing transport aircraft is Antonov. They have supplied a total of 22,000 aircraft globally, while hundreds of its transport planes are currently operating in the Russian Air Force. Aviation enthusiasts often compare the C-5 Galaxy to a Russian transport aircraft named Antonov AN-124 Ruslin. It has been in service since the 1980s. However, in March 2022, it was declared the second heaviest operating cargo aircraft. The AN-124 Ruslin measures 26 feet long and boasts a wingspan of 240 feet, with a maximum payload capacity of 330,000 pounds. The size is not the only notable feature of this aircraft. For instance, the range of this aircraft is up to 2,300 miles, which extends up to 7,100 miles with lighter loads. Moreover, it features a cargo compartment that also features both the front and rear cargo ramps, similar to the C-5 Galaxy, which assists in loading and offloading operations and speeds up the entire process drastically. The aircraft opens the front ramp to load and offload heavier equipment, artillery, or even helicopters. Recently, the Antonov transported 2 Tiger attack helicopters for the German Army using AN-124 Ruslin. The helicopters were loaded and secured inside the cargo compartment, along with some other supplies. After reaching the destination, the helicopters were towed outside the cargo bay using a tow bar. Failure of landing gear can lead to catastrophic accidents during takeoff and landing. Therefore, maintaining and testing landing gears of military aircraft, such as the C-5 Galaxy, is crucial for the safety of the crew and cargo on board. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.